Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the daily Forex report for September 14th. Currently, we're looking at the US Japanese yen pair. This particular pair closed higher today after gapping down. We are looking for this pair to continue moving down with a bias to the downside. Look for this pair to potentially go as high as 91.66, possibly as low as 89.55. Look for some resistance around 91.40 and look for some support around 90.00. Now, switching to the Euro USD pair, this pair gapped up, did close that gap fairly quick, moved much lower, but then pulled back to close higher. We are looking for this pair to continue moving up and definitely has a bias to the upside. Look for this pair to potentially go as high as 147.38, possibly as low as 144.42. Look for some resistance around 146.50 and look for some support around 145.50 in this pair. Now, switching over to the pound US dollar pair, this particular pair did close down for this session, did create a swing trade setup. We'll talk about that a little bit more here in a minute. We are looking for this pair to continue moving higher with a bias to the upside. However, we could get a reversal. And like I said, we'll talk about that here in a minute. But look for this pair to potentially move as high as 167.94, possibly as low as 164.17. Look for some resistance around 166.22 and look for some support around 165.18 in this pair. Now, looking at the US Swiss, this pair gapped down, did retrace the gap, but closed lower, is moving lower with a bias to the downside. Look for this pair, if it does rally, to move potentially as high as 1.0485, possibly as low as 10259. Look for some resistance around 10383 and look for some support around 10300 in this pair. Now, we do have the U.S. releasing their advanced retail sales for August. This is about the third most significant news announcement, so definitely keep an eye on this. That's supposed to be released at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. The consensus is that things have gotten a lot better, moving from negative 0.1% up to 1.7%. So retail sales, that's really good. Now, what am I looking for during this next session? Well, not during the next session, but overall, I'm looking for the pound to reverse and move lower. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but if it does, I'm going to look to short around 165.40. And this is a little bit longer play because if you look at where your stop loss should be placed, it's about 200 pips up, a little bit above it, 202 above the high. I am looking for this to move down lower down to this point. So looking for at least a 300 pip move. We do have some areas that you need to keep an eye on as far as hitting support along the way. I would look to short around here, but I would also put a stop loss here. But this little swing trade, you definitely need to pay attention to this level because we have right here support and we have resistance that is now could be support. And this is about 90 pips down or so. The next area of support that I would be concerned with is right about here. And then, of course, coming on down to this area of support, which is what would be nice is to see it retrace this move up all the way down to that point. But those are just some areas that you need to be cognizant of over, if you are going to take this trade, that it could reverse at that point. So when you hit, around the 90 mark at that point, it'd probably be a good time to go to break even, if not sooner. And then as this continues to track lower, from 90 down to 200 or so, continue to move your stop loss with it as it continues to move lower to lock in that profit. Well, that about does it for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.